Not take your time by talking about myself. Today, I've been given the opportunity to talk about my role models in my career development. So, I will take you through this via a presentation. So, give me a minute so that I can share these slides. Is it visible?
Yes. Yes, Namrata.
Yeah. So the topic that was given to me was my role models in my career development. Just a second, just give me a second. Yeah. Is it clear? Am I audible clearly?
Yes. Namrata, you need to talk a
Yeah.
little louder, okay? Put the speaker closer to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. When I say a role model, I mean a person whose behavior, lifestyle, or principles I like a lot, whom I want to imitate, or someone who inspires me. This is the same definition as Ms. Christine also put in. So, role models influence our actions and motivate us to strive to uncover our true potentials and overcome our weaknesses. Having them pushes us to make the most of our life. So, this is what I understand from the definition of a role model. So, why do we need a role model? There is something flashing on the screen, Christina, ma'am. The
Yeah.
host has asked you to start your video.
Yeah. Your video,
I've already started the video.
we can't see you. Your video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the bandwidth is being taken off, so let it
Okay.
be so.
Fine.
So, have you ever wondered why a world class player or a best player in the world needs a coach when they are already so good at their game? It's because a coach keeps us motivated, on target, inspired, and shows us how to overcome our weaknesses and how to face difficult situations. Now, we can't have personal coaches. Obviously, it is because they're so expensive. But we can have our role models as our coaches to motivate us on daily basis. The life struggles, successes, and failures of our role models contain many lessons that can inspire and motivate us in daily life. But the point is that one role model is not enough. We need different role models at different times. I'm not, we need different role models at different times. So it could be when we are young and we are growing up, there's always an elder person whom we admire or dote on for many reasons. Usually it's a parent, teacher, sibling, cousin, uncle, aunt, whoever it can be in our immediate surrounding. So we look up to them and we copy them. Some of us may do it intentionally, while some of us will do it without realizing how influenced we are getting by them. So when I look at myself, my earliest memories of my role model is that of my grandmother and my mom. So my grandmother, she laid the foundation of my education and taught me the value of having a disciplined life. Till date, I follow her advice of early to bed and early to rise, which has always stood me in very good stead. And my mom, she's always been very artistic from that has been her passion. You know, she's very fond of learning new kinds of art and craft. And all the walls in my parental home are decorated by her paintings. You know, she taught me that it's never too late to learn. We can learn at any time of our life. And then when we moved to Bhadrachalam, I was a fourth grader and at a very, very impressionable age. And also what I read, that research indicates that maximum and lasting impact of learning and personality development, they occur between the age of 4 to 13. And BPL threw open a plethora of role models for me. To begin with, lots of teachers in my school influenced me, but I was greatly, greatly inspired by my English subject teacher. Her name was Mrs. Alva. If anyone can remember, she she had perfect diction, great vocabulary, and very good command over the subject. I always used to put in extra effort to study English so that I could impress her. And in that process, I fell in love with reading, which immensely helped me to build my oratory and communication skills in the language. Then my elders in the community, in the BPL, became my role models. So I used to love to play badminton and was fascinated by Mr. P. Harnath's daughter. Her name was Neerja. We used to call her Neerjaka. And she had a marvelous grip over the game. And I remember I used to take my younger brother to the club and I used to make him serve me, and I used to run around the court trying to learn to be as swift and agile as she was. Then the next role model that I can think of in Bhadrachalam was Mrs. Rupa Rao, Mr. D.R. Rao's wife. She had a great sense of humor and was very open and had a very, very open and friendly relation with her kids. So I always used to think that whenever I grow up and become a parent, I would want to be like her. Then I admired the poise, grace, and beauty of Kamal Chuganti. I loved her sense of dressing. Until today, she remains an epitome of elegance for me. Sharvari Auntie. Her endearing and effervescent personality taught me to be sparkling and lively, such that wherever you go, you can spread a smile. Then my friends were also my role models. In school, I always excelled in my studies and all kinds of speech, poetry, extempore writing competition, but was not good in sports. I looked up to my classmate, my schoolmate, in fact. She was 1 year junior to me, C. Sri Lakshmi, Kanchan Rao uncle's eldest daughter. You know, she was the one who bagged all the first prizes in all the athletic competitions, and I always came second. And our PT sir, Mr. Rabindranath, who used to be her neighbor, and I always used to feel, that maybe he gives her some secret, uh, what you call pointers, which he does not share with me. But slowly, over a period of time, I realized that it was her dedication and rigorous practice to the sport which helped her achieve the laurels. From her, I learned the importance of fully dedicating to one's goal. Then I admired my friend Padmaja, which you can see on the screen. She's Padmaja, Mr. P.N. Rao uncle's daughter. She used to sing very beautifully, and I always wished to sing like her. I did try my hands at learning to sing, but I did not succeed. So when I entered college, I fell under the spell of my student college president. Her leadership qualities and her ability of problem solving impressed me greatly. She taught me how to be true to a purpose and give your best. She helped me to realize that I had the potential to lead and inspire to take action. Following her footsteps, I contested the college election for the role of junior joint secretary and won the election in spite of the stiff competition. And after I finished my MBA, I joined as an intern in ITC's export division in New Delhi. Over there, I had my first encounter with a very supportive yet very tough taskmaster. My boss, he was called Mr. Noni Chawla. I was in awe of his personality. He motivated us to excel in our domain knowledge, and from him, I learned the importance of forward thinking, thorough preparedness, and wise decision making abilities. You know, the list is very long, and I fear I cannot mention every name here. There are many others who continue to influence me. They challenged how I thought on a daily basis and were instrumental in molding my personality and preparing me for the future. But today, I take this opportunity to talk about my biggest role model, my dad. He was someone who was wise, intelligent, inspirational, generous, and charming. For him, work was always worship. He was very analytical, clear thinking, and disciplined in the way he approached things. You know, every time he took us out on trips to forests, mountain tops, tree houses, he made sure that it wasn't merely a fun trip, but we came back with new learnings and experiences. So when I joined my first job, I went up to him for career advice, and the mentoring I received was invaluable and has served me well throughout my professional career. He told me a few very, very important points. First and foremost, he told me, aim for a career, don't aim for a job. And he said that is so because given an unpredictable job market, rapidly changing business models and emerging fields, enjoying your career is essential. Aim for a career that suits your strength, helps you learn, pushes you out of your comfort zone, and caters to your area of interest. Then he told me, be very open and curious. So he said that your sense of purpose may change over a course of your career, but be open and curious and sometimes take the path opening in front of you. It may be something very new for you, but you please don't refuse it, take it up. A career is like a journey. And he said that after all, when you're trekking, the best surprises and breathtaking sceneries lie on the undiscovered paths. So don't be scared of any new beginning. Then he said, have clear vision and focus. Having a clear vision and focus on developing yourself is certain to be fruitful. You must see failures as building blocks. You shouldn't shy away from seeking help from your mentors, coaches, or trusted peers who can help show you the mirror, challenge you, and guide you to be a better version of yourself. One very, very important thing that he taught me was to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And what did he mean by that? He said that today's world, everything is changing so fast. How do you keep up with the latest trends and innovations? So you need to constantly learn, unlearn, and relearn. So unlearning is not about forgetting the old lessons or knowledge. Rather, it is about the ability to choose and embrace a new reality, new way of working, new way of thinking. And when we relearn, we add new skills or knowledge to what we already know. And he said, we must all develop patience. He was a very, very patient man. I never saw him getting angry at us when we were kids, when we were naughty, we went berserk with our naughtiness. He never ever got angry. And he said, patience is the key. So do not strive to get to the top faster and lose out on the learning. In an attempt to try various roles in your career, it is easy to forget taking time to understand and learn. And he said, you know what he said? He said that the learning curve, it rapidly increases in the beginning and then it is soon followed by a saturation phase where you will reach a plateau. So give time to soak in the experience before chasing the next one. And one very important lesson that he taught was rejection is okay. And how is it? He said that there will be times when your projects, your ideas, or your certain task may be rejected, but you should not be disheartened by rejection. Rather, take feedback and continue to learn and invest in yourself. These rejections will help you understand what you need to improve in yourself, which you need to take taken positively and keep moving forward. When I started my entrepreneurial journey around 5 years back, I based my work philosophy on the teaching and guidance of my mentor, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda. Dr. Ikeda is a peace builder, Buddhist philosopher, educator, author, and poet. The central tenet of Dr. Ikeda is grounded in Buddhist humanism. This, which says that there is a fundamental respect and dignity of every life, and we must be respecting each and every individual. A value he sees as the key to progress and lasting peace and human happiness. Reading through his books and learning through his guidances, I learned two very important things. First being that, first being about workplace dignity. This concept is defined as a personal sense of worth, value, respect, or esteem that is derived from one's humanity and individual social position, as well as being treated respectfully by others. Since most of us spend around 1/3 of our adult life in a workplace, it is more than reasonable to expect and experience this workplace dignity. Yet, this isn't the case in many organizations around the world. And the second point that I've learned was that both IQ, that is intelligence quotient, and EQ, the emotional quotient, both are crucial factors for success in business. A business head or a leader of an organization not only should have sound knowledge, skill about the field wherever he is, but he should also have the competence to recognize, understand, process, and manage emotions of self and others. In my organization, I've put into practice both these ideals. And this has resulted in negligible employee turnover rate, deep commitment to work, and very open, friendly, and progressive work culture. So, and last but not the least, I would like to mention here that all you Bhadrachalam Selvas have been great, great, great role models for me. The way you have been working out, bringing people together, holding these knowledge sessions in spite of your busy schedule, coming up on every Sunday, organizing it, like Dr. Bala, Christine Ma'am, Surya, Satyanaran, Pradeep Dhoble uncle, Kanchan Rao uncle, all of you are forever motivating me that learning never stops, and you need to be always energetic and moving forward in life. There is, even though you're retired, but there is no stopping. This is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Namrata. That was wonderful. Those who would like to speak now, that was a wonderful session, Namrata. Short and sweet and so impacting. Lots to learn from that. And now the platform is open for questions. Please go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Maybe Pradeep can give his brief,
Yes.
and then Mr. Sahani.
Okay. Thank you, Bala. Wonderful presentation, Nikki, as always. This is the second time you are doing it, and we know your expertise. Maybe you can take this professionally. in your MICE initiatives, you could probably throw in this offer as well. You know, really wonderful. I call it rendition. It was like a rendition. You know, you hear. The word is normally used in music, orchestra, in singing and things like that. But it actually sounded like that on this subject of role models, you know. And you rightly began by saying that learning never stops, and you ended again by complimenting all of us that we believe learning never stops. So that's absolutely perfect. Even today's session was a great learning experience for us, because some of these things you know instinctively or subconsciously, but when somebody puts it in a logical thought process like this, it appeals to you more, you know. So compliments for that. And we, of course, all of us more or less expected you to say that the best role model for you would be your dad, because his conduct was such. Even for us in the organization, many of the things he did served as a role model, you know. I used to really wonder when Mr. Maliwal asked Mr. Verma to take over HR and admin, you know. I used to, you know, somebody who doesn't know Mr. Verma, he would think that this guy has dealt all his life with trees and animals and stuff like that. How can he look after human resource? But the way he, you know, he was such a person with equation with other people, you know, and that's what is required for a HR head. And he did a wonderful job in that as well. So, you know, once again, compliments to you for one thing I learned from your presentation is you mentioned as early as 3-year-old or 2-year-old, people start following role models. And this is something which I'm experiencing right now, you know. Our 18-month twins in our house, my son-in-law does his yoga in the morning, you know. So this fellow, even at his age, he starts doing this and all kind of, you know, just seeing him, because he's not even speaking properly as of now, but he's just observing what his dad is doing and he just wants to emulate that, you know. So probably it begins with emulation, though role model is not necessarily somebody who you just copy. But it begins with emulating what other person is doing, and it has such an impact on you. And then you develop on your own your skills related to that particular activity, you know. So hats off to you. Your examples were also wonderful and very down to earth, easy to understand. So thank you very much, Namrata.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Mr. Vinod Sani to say a few words.
Vinodji, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, sir.
See, I'm hearing this from Namrata for the first time, and I must say, very impressive, very, very impressive. And I must thank her to be the daughter of Mr. H.N. Verma, who was my colleague. And I learned so many things from Mr. Verma as a leader. In fact, he was my leader as far as when I joined Bhadrachalam. And I learned so many things from him. And I'm very happy that Namrata is following his footsteps. And Namrata, I must tell you one thing, that I've also held positions in various organizations. The way you have expressed is really, really, really impressive. Very, very impressive. And I wish I'll get a chance to meet you personally and perhaps learn many more things from you. You know, we are all learners, as you said, and we should learn from each other. And today you have really put me in a position where I'm tempted to learn from you. And I wish you all the success. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Anka. That was so generous of you.
No, I mean it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Tulsi, Mr. S.R. Tulsi, would you like to say a few words, please?
I think he got disconnected.
Oh, okay. Dr. Barla. Dr. Barla.
Give me a minute. I'm just setting my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christine, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
Nikki, a wonderful presentation you have made. It's very professional, and your voice and accent is absolutely of a professional nature. And that is the first thing we have to learn from your presentation as such. And you've done considerable amount of research in bringing out those particular points that you have listed, which are important in career development of anybody. It applies to people of all ages, and there's no age for learning as such. And it's been a wonderful experience, because every time that we come to these sessions in BPL, in ITC weekend sessions that we hold, really there has been some kind of a learning or something which we go with a feeling that we are at home, and then there is some newness which has come into you. You are in the company of good people, your talking, and that experience. I'm not able to put it on words, but that experience is something great. And today also, meeting all of you have given that real good experience. And another important point that I'd like to mention is, Namrata, you are a silver of silver. This is the word coined by Mr. K.L. Chugh. Silvers of silvers, who are the carriers of the legacy of BPL and PSPD. Because all of us would retire and or on the verge of retiring and later would retire. But then you are the guys who would take forward the BPL ness. There's something called, I would say, a BPL, theory of BPL, if I can say, or a culture is anyway there. But this great enterprise was built with a unique thing which you don't find in the books. Because I've studied in all kinds of colleges, and then when I joined in that 5.5 years that I worked, what I could see is the kind of things which were implemented, which are beyond books. So therefore, there is a theory of BPL, which if somebody could write, it becomes a book by itself anyway. But then that BPL-ness, that great culture, that great theory of BPL would have to be carried forward. And silvers of silvers, maybe further down the lane, are the people who would have to. That's why Mr. K.L. Chugh said that invite all these people who have done great in their lives, invite to Bhadrachalam Public School, honor them every time they achieve something, do call them and honor them. This was his advice to us, and we have it in mind, and that's why the scholarship scheme has been created, so that children study well and they become ambassadors of the Bhadrachalam culture and Bhadrachalam, the credo of BPL. And you guys have a lot of responsibilities, and a lot of you are creating scholarships also, and good wishes for you. Now, coming to role models, I have something unique feeling that I never had a direct role model in my life. I come from a thatched house, from illiterate parents, and because of good percentage of marks, I went to NIT Warangal, and later on CAT examination, and went to IIM Ahmedabad, and so on. But I was a very shy kind of a person. I need to tell this because I would like to bring in a new dimension of the role model as such, that I never had a role model. I mean, nobody used to like me. In fact, BPL may also, I was a shy kind of a person. I was not a star. I was not a luminary. A lot of people don't remember me and things like it. But what happened to me in my career, if I can say what it means to me about role models, in my life, role models have been persons whom I have learned indirectly. I never had a direct role model nor any mentor to teach me, coach me, guide me, and guide me. No, it's all by myself. Either communication or English. I never knew English. In our village, we don't talk English, we don't talk Hindi, nothing. We just talk Telugu and rustic Telugu and so on. So, but then the transformation has come by efforts. So my message is that the first thing is the determination and the efforts that somebody puts in order to learn. And such efforts, when you are putting these efforts, you will learn from so many people around you, your friends, your parents, your relatives, your teachers, and whatnot. Today, I would say that, a lot of people whom I studied from in NIT Warangal, they would have impacted me. My way of waving the hands, my way of pronouncing the words, they say, my colleagues would say that it is like G.V.L.N. Sharma sir, who was our head of the Department of English. But then I never knew. I mean, meeting HOD is a nightmare. Yeah? You can't meet an HOD those days. You can't meet him. And like that. So similarly, a lot of things come into us without our knowledge. Some by design, by default. That is how the learning happens, as far as I could understand. And similarly in IIM Ahmedabad and in ITC, Bhadrachalam Paper Boards as well, a lot of people whom I saw working greatly and indirectly I have learned. I would have never worked directly with Mr. Sahni or Mr. Pradeep Doble or Mr. Sanjay Singh. Briefly, I had interface with Mr. KL Narasimhan, but in these 40 years, I have been with these people and then I like these people. So many things I have learned. I would not like to say examples because it's like telling on the face. They may not appreciate my appreciating them on the face. But the point is that one learns so much seeing the great people. The question is, you have been in the company of great people. The event of my being brought to BPL itself is the beginning of my transformation. So therefore, one would have to see that you're always in the company of good people, great people, then the rest of it is given. It happens to you. It will be added to you directly and indirectly. But if you're in the company of thieves, it'll be very difficult for you to be something different, because a lot of it would come into you through dining together, through eating together, talking together, traveling together, and so on. Learning happens 24 hours a day and 365 days a year. So you need to be in the company of good people and great people. That is what BPL had given all of us. Today, every week we are talking about BPL so much, PSPD so much, because now in the retrospect, when we were in BPL, we never knew how great it was. Like, it's like working and galia khane ka and pressure and walking into KLC's room and coming back with a lot of enthusiasm and things. Those things were there, but when you retrospect, you would find that one great thing that happened to us being in BPL is that we were surrounded by great people. And I also teach in my classes that you need to be in this company of good people. What are the books you are reading? Who are your friends? Where you're working? That all makes you. You are a product of all that. So in this occasion of talking about role model, I thought I would mention this aspect of the indirect learning from indirect role models. This is what it is. And of course, I talked about silvers of silvers and the responsibility to take forward the credo of BPL and PSPD. And I would end by saying one more example. For example, if you take Mr. H.N. Verma, because today we are paying tribute to Mr. H.N. Verma. I was there in the mill for 1 year. In that 1 year, it's only once I could travel with Mr. Verma in his vehicle to a forest, because Mr. P.B. Kapoor posted me first in the forest department. You have to start from the bamboo clump. You have to learn what is a bamboo clump. So we went to the forest, and fortunately, Mr. Verma was going. I could go along with him. In that time and coming back, I can never forget. That's all. After that, I used to only see him and say hello, dine together, go to the dinner and things. But that particular event, it's only one event in my life, I can never forget.
Varla, you're frozen. We can't hear you.
There was an intervening call. I'm sorry.
Better. Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Dr. Barla, again, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry again. So it's only once. Similarly, whether it is Mr. Maliwal or NSR or GS, you know, these are the people whom I saw and learned. It is not that I worked so much directly under them. So that's how learning happens, and kudos to all the great legends of BPL and PSPD, and even today the culture of. I worked for 12 years in Bangurs. It's the biggest stint in my career. But then I can't forget BPL. I almost a lot of my free time goes into working for BPL Silvers Forum rather than anywhere else. We have no forum in Bangurs anyway. BPM forum is not there, so that is how you are impacted so much, and you can never forget those milestones, small milestones which come into your life, which impact you knowingly and unknowingly, by design or default. It will happen to you. That's how you are made. Therefore, my moral of the story is be in good company of good people. Thank you very much. God bless everybody.
Good, Barla. You said you have no role model, but you are yourself emerged as a role model for many people. Yeah.
I never knew that. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean it. I mean, you not just in, I'm sure in Durgampad and that area, definitely 100%, but even otherwise.
Yeah.
Compliments to you as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
Christina.
boss.
Yeah.
Chris, you can ask anyone else who would like to mention a point.
Thank you, Dr. Barla. That was very inspiring. Namrata, I think you need to unmute yourself because you need to say something whenever anybody speaks. Yeah, thank you.
Namrata has to respond every time somebody gives a briefing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Namrata.
Hello. Yeah, Dr. Barla, that was that there was so much of learning in your talk right now, and I think I have in these past few months since I joined Bhadrachalam Silvers, it's been you I've been in touch with, and I've been seeing you how you are managing the group, the whole Bhadrachalam Silvers group, and taking initiative to conduct sessions, engage with people, talk to them, tell them what to share, what not to share. It's marvelous. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. Thanks a lot for giving us all opportunity to be able to reconnect to everybody in Bhadrachalam. And whenever I come on to these sessions, it's like I'm going back to my roots, connecting to all the people, all of you who were my childhood mentors. I feel I'm in the company of my dad whenever I come to these sessions. I really feel very emotional and very connected. Thank you.
Thank you, Namrata. That was really emotional, made us all emotional. Mr. Sanjay Singh is with us. May I request him to say a few words, please? Sir, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm there, Christine. I joined a bit late.
Okay.
And I couldn't
Joining us. Thank you.
hear Namrata talking because I was stuck up somewhere else. So I just joined. And
Thanks for joining, sir.
heard Dr. Barla speaking. No, me and Asha had known Mr. and Mrs. Verma pretty well, you know. We were just married then, and Mr. Verma used to be there, one of the senior people in the mills, and since we shared a common language called Hindi, you know, we had come close to each other pretty well, you know. And he took us out on expedition to the forest, and the best was he took few of us to this Sileru, and there is a guest house there. Lot of you must have heard about that beautiful guest house in Sileru. It's now in a slightly bad shape, but it's still being used. And that was our first visit to Sileru. And what experience, you know, we stayed there in the night. He arranged the the food, some I think cultural program also, I think local from the locals was arranged. And, these are all memories which stick on to you for your lifetime, Work-wise, I mean, there's nothing to talk about him. He was one of the founding fathers of our raw material department, started the raw material, especially the bamboo coops working on all. A phenomenal job done by him. But as a person, great person, always cared for others, and still remember him a lot, both me and my wife Asha. So thanks for enjoying this. I thought I'll be able to join in the beginning and listen to Namrata, but I missed that. I said, let me see if it is still on and I can pay my compliments to him. So that's what. Thanks a lot for that.
Thank you so much, Uncle. I remember the trip to Lower Sileru Dam because I was
Okay.
also there. I had also gone along with my parents, the guest house. And when you walk down the stairs, the big steps, there was this river flowing at the end of the
Absolutely.
road.
Yeah.
And that was a wonderful outing. I still remember, I must have been very small, but I do remember that whole trip very vividly. And yes, I remember Auntie and you very well. It was great connecting to you through this platform. Thank you.
Yeah. Just wanted to hear you speak something. So finally, at least could listen to your main speaker, at least could listen to you. Thanks, sir.
You will get a video, Sanjay. You will get a video.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Namrata, can you tell us something about how mom is and obviously because we met, I and KLN and Shalini, all of us went there and
Prema Auntie and all, yes.
And you can update us about how is mom and how she's being taken care and things. Tell us a bit about, because this is Mr. H.N. Verma's day and then we can't pass the day without hearing about mom.
Yeah, my mom is fine, doing good, though she's very weak, very fragile, but she's fine. And what has happened in the lockdown is that my youngest brother has come down to Hyderabad because it's work from home for him. So since July, he's been there. So I am so relaxed and so at peace that there is a family member, my brother, his wife, his kids are all there in Hyderabad with her. And she was one of the very active members of the ladies club in Bhadrachalam and took part in all the activities. She was very, very active, but of late, for few years of late, her health has run down and she's become very weak and fragile, but her spirits are very high still.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's doing good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Lakshmi, anybody else would like to say a few words?
Kanchanrao Garu.
Kanchanrao Garu.
Mrs. Kanchanrao Garu, I saw. Madam may.
Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Both are there.
Kanchan, unmute yourself.
Are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Namrata. I appreciate, I liked your good English, and also you remembered all of your old student batch and also elders in the BPL community. You consider, you have taken many of the people as your role models in a different, for each way of work. I really appreciate it, and I want to tell a few words about role models. Even COVID-19, it is not a role model, but it changed the whole world. It brought a discipline in the human life, and it created, it asked the human beings to change their lifestyle and take care of the health. Similarly, I found there are hundreds of activities we do in the day. And similarly, we have to select hundreds of people as role models, because somebody is good in technology, somebody is good in human relations, somebody is good in politics, somebody is good in social service. With all these, so we have to link, somebody is good in housekeeping. So for every activity we do, if you think who is the best person in that field, and look at him as a role model, it really helps the person who is doing the job. Role model person will be a benchmark. The person who is actually taking considering him as role model, he will develop by seeing the benchmark and to reach the benchmark or to overtake the benchmark. That's what I do in my life. Thank you, Namrata, once again for all the good presentation you gave. And thank you. And Mr. H.N. Verma was in 4x2 quarter B type, and I was in 4x4 C type quarter. You were very friendly, and he is always smiling. So that's all I say. Thank you to all.
Please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Kanchan Rao Uncle, even in cluster 1, we were in the same cluster, and Lakshmi was my 1-year junior, and she was so good in sports. All the cups she got. And I used to always, please tell her that I always used to look up to her when it came to athletics. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanchanrao Garu. Satya, would you like to say a few words?
Lakshman Rao wants to.
Lakshman Rao. Yes, sir, please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, all silvers.
Good evening.
My interaction with H.N. Verma Garu is very high, not officially. He is looking after the school problems. I want to have a Telugu medium school. At that time, only English medium. So all our employees are requesting to please keep Telugu medium up to 10th class. We have fight for 4 months. Every 2 days, we have an interaction with the H.N. Verma Garu. Finally, he helped me. He will keep the school up to 10th class Telugu medium. And is a very good human being. And his interaction, I learned a lot. He's a moving university. One word I can say. He's a moving university. He can learn a lot of things. I also got good. He also one of the role model. Actually, what Barla has told, Yakalavya, there is no guru. Yakalavya, there is no guru. He kept only Dronacharya idol, and he learned from things. So I got some role models in each and every stage. I like Amrita present PowerPoint presentation. It's a very good, very thought-provoking presentation she has given in this early age. I have seen her at the age of only 3 years or 4 years while going in the school. I'm very much impressed her PowerPoint presentation. God give her good courage and get good laurels in her life. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share my views with my Verma sir. And I give a small presentation to her by WhatsApp group with Verma with BPL photographs. I will send it to her. Thank you very much.
Sure.
God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much, Uncle. Thank you so much for remembering my dad. Yes, he used to look after the school along with Kamal Chuganti for a long, long time. He was looking after the school. And the Telugu medium started after we joined, after a few years of the English medium school. I do remember that. Yes. Thank you so much for remembering him.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshman Rao Garu.
God bless you, madam.
Good message from Lakshman Rao Garu about Ekalavya. I think there is an Ekalavya in everybody, one of us. The concept of Ekalavya kind of an education, sir, you brought out, is very good. I really appreciate. And each one of us is a bit of an Ekalavya because we learn by ourselves. Thank you so much.
Except for cutting the thumb. Except for cutting the thumb, Barla.
Except for cutting the thumb. That completes my statement. And
So, Christine, with
And
your permission, I want to ask a question to Namrata, which is very, it's an in thing. Everybody seems to be, all parents seem to be worrying about it nowadays, you know. See, everything that we spoke about role modeling in our early age, when we are children, when we start growing, school, college, then company, so on and so forth, it is with an intense interaction with some people, you know. And in today's world, that interaction is disappearing. Everything is becoming so digital. You're spending a lot more time with your iPhone and iPad and so on and so forth than actually spending time with people. At least so far, the schools were there, but now schools are also going digital because of COVID. And many of them talking about now continuing a hybrid model. So they will not get, from the school point of view, they are saying I can have double the number of children in my school in the same day. They will be 4 hours in the school and 4 hours at home, and another batch will come. So they are looking at it commercially from their side. But that physical interaction is coming down more and more, even in terms of games. You know, you're not seeing other people playing. You're seeing them on video. So you have brought up your son. You mentioned that he's in engineering now. How have you dealt with this issue? Because he's a millennial, certainly. I suppose he must be 20, 21 years old.
Yes,
Or maybe
definitely.
younger, even younger. So you would have faced this problem. How did you handle this?
See, till he was in the 10th standard, we did not give him a mobile in hand.
Wow. Okay.
So I used to take him out to the park every day in the evening. I had joined him in dance class, judo
Okay.
karate class, and stuff like that, all extracurricular activities. But then after 10th, once he got into college and when he got the mobile phone, then there was no looking back for him. He would sit amongst the family and he
Yeah.
would be on his phone continuously, even though we would tell him, please look up, talk to us. But then he was constantly on the phone. And I think the peer pressure is always there to be connected over the mobile. And the worst part that I find in kids today is they're up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night on
Yeah.
their mobile,
Correct.
which I find very, I cannot bear it. And I used to tell him the same thing. So he would hide the phone from me. Sometimes I would take it away from him, but then it didn't feel good. And I
Yeah.
would give it back to him. I wanted him to learn it himself. But today, when he's in the hostel, that is the only source of connectivity that we have through the iPhone, through the phone, through the WhatsApp,
Right.
through the FaceTimes, through the video calling. So
Right.
there is a positive aspect to it also. But then I was
Right.
lucky enough that I could hold him back till the 10th standard with this digital technology.
Very good. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
what I've done with my son Abhishek is I have taken care to ensure that none of my models of learning or none of my habits I force upon him. He's totally free. If he wants to have a mobile at 3 o'clock in the night, let him have it. The only guideline I told him is never do anything wrong. That's all I told him. It's only one line, Lakshmana Rekha, which I gave him. Don't do anything wrong, and you are free. You don't have. If I get up at 5:30 and do my puja, you don't have to do that. You do whatever way you want, and so on. And this is another kind of model. Fortunately, the boy has not erred anywhere. He is not. He is not caught up with any of the issues around and legal issues and things like that. India or abroad. He's been abroad for the last 10 years. And he's now HOD of the data sciences in Uber, New York. So the boy has come out so well. A lot of his seniors are reporting to him now. The boy has come out so well when I left him free totally with a broader guideline. That's it, a broader guideline. So I think in this electronic age, that should be our model as far as I am concerned. And everybody could have his or her own model of parenting and model of learning and things. But this is how it worked for me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any, Satya, would you like to say a few words? Satya, are you there?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Nice presentation by Namrata. Because I don't know, I joined Bhadrachalam 97. I don't know much about Sri H.N. Verma sir, but today's presentation helped me to learn more about H.N. Verma sir and his career in Bhadrachalam. So very nice presentation. One thing I like H.N. Verma sir advised to Namrata as a role model. He has suggested Namrata to struggle for a career, not for a job. So that is the way he has guided Namrata. So that made Namrata to excel in her career. So I appreciate Namrata, and once I call you maybe 1 month back for your great effort. So thanks to your participation in Bhadrachalam Silvers Forum. Thank you, madam.
So much. Yes, I remember you called me. Now I can connect because earlier I didn't know who was calling me, but now I think I can connect. Thank you so much. Yes, my dad joined BPL in 1978 and he retired in around 2001. So I'm sure you couldn't get to be in touch with him. I do understand that. Thank you.
I only want to add, I think everybody has spoken. Anybody else? Yeah, I would like to add, Namrata, that you are so soft-spoken and you exude your father's qualities in the way you talk, the softness, the clarity, everything. He was such a wonderful man. We enjoyed working with him. And he's a man of few words, but very impacting words. Trust me, we loved him. And he was in the HR, and HR is an important job. So when we had to interact with him on that count, it used to be very, he's so unassuming, you know, you couldn't understand that you could go to him with certain problems, and he would say it so simple. I want to share one very personal thing that I had with him. I think I had not gone to office for a day or so, or 2 days, and then he said, "What happened? Why?" I said, "No, I'm having this constipation problem." I said, "So I'm suffering a bit." He just gave me, till today I remember him because of that. He said, "Every day you have a guava, a ripened guava, and everything will get set." You know, he's, yeah, anything you could ask him, he had an answer, but would not appear like that, you know, like would not show off, or very unassuming, very good quality for, and had a very, very charming smile, which he did very rarely, but very charming smile. So I had some very good interactions with him. He was on the same floor that we were, so we used to wish him every day, and had the chance of just going into his room. You know, you need not seek an appointment. So a lot of nice things about your dad, and I can see a lot of it in you. And your mom, of course, very, very enthusiastic. We used to have dancing, you know, for Bhadrachalam Mahila Samiti, and she would always volunteer to take part. And very happy person always. And your dad was silently happy, so we can see a lot of it in you. And thank you so much for sparing your time. We keep asking you to come and give us talks, and you really are amazing at this age of yours. So you're going to go big time in your career. And your dad has already taught you a lot, and you have learned a lot from everybody. So thank you so much for being with us. So I think I want to share something very happy. I mean, I'm very happy today because we didn't did you all notice I didn't tell you all that we are getting off the session?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to
They
ask
gave
you in the
me
end, how did you manage this
this-
trick, you know?
No, I didn't do anything. I'm so lucky because pop-up came saying that, that we will not be shutting off in 40 minutes. So as some special this thing.
Special gesture.
Gesture.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was so happy. And then I thought it was just the thing said for your next session, they said. So I was waiting, that's why I'm looking at the time and all, but it did happen. My only problem
Artificial
was that,
intelligence.
yeah, my only problem was that the next time when you get on, the recording sometimes has an issue. So I'm so happy. And yeah, I wanted to share this with you all. Maybe in future, we won't have these breaks. So let's hope.
So even Zoom has appreciated Namrata's presentation.
Yeah, yeah. And
Thank you so much.
yes.
Christina ma'am,
Yes.
thank you for teaching me how to screen share today because I was not doing it.
You're a quick learner, Namrata. And it's a
Krishna,
pleasure
one
to
point.
do all of this. Yes.
Krishna, can I take one point?
Yes,
One minute?
please. Yes,
half?
please. No,
Yeah,
please
we
go
had
ahead. Now it's open.
We had gone to Mr. H.N. Verma's house sometime in about a few months ago before COVID onset. We had gone to his house. I was there, Kailan was there, Shalini was there, Mrs. Shalini Balaji was there, Mr. and Mrs. Kanchan Rao Garu was there. We had taken a group photo and things like that. We never wanted to have to eat anything. It was about 5:30 in the evening. By the time we could find the place, it was 5:30. So we had gone there and we just wanted, mom asked us, "Aap log kya lenge?" I got a chai pilaiye, mom, and all that. Theek hai. So then after that, one item came, very good item. We started appreciating that item, that your Bihari pudding, she was telling us what that was. Successively, second item, third item, fourth item, fifth item, 6 items came. We were there for we wanted to be there for half an hour and we were there for 1.5 hours. So many items came that we really wanted, and some of us took us home also something. So it taught us that how to be a great host. She was very fragile, and but we could somehow not fragile. That she could maneuver. She was walking, talking, things like that, but very lean and weak kind of a person. And she was talking to us well, and so that kind of a host that I could find, one of the best hosts I could find that day. And every time we eat an item, she was telling us the speciality of that item in Bihar, how that item is made, what it is, and why it is important for it to eat, and things like that. Such a great occasion and such a great experience we had. Thanks for that. Convey our prayers to mom. Thank you.
Sure,
Namrata.
I will. Sure. She was also very happy to meet you all. She was so excited before you all had to come, and she was really looking forward to meeting you. And after having met you, she was very glad. Thank you so much. I'll convey your wishes to her.
Thank you.
Yes, I think we'll all make a visit to her once the COVID is gone.
Sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Would anybody else like to say anything? Otherwise, I'll request Swarna to give the vote of thanks. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Swarna, please go. Thank you.
Good evening to all.
Good evening.
Doble garu, Sanjay garu, Barla garu, Kanchan Rao uncle, auntie, Lakshman Rao garu, and others. Hi to Namrata. It was a good session, Namrata. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to do the vote of thanks. I just came to know, but I'll do my level best, whatever I can remember. Talking about Namrata, and her family means I should go back to when I was 7 or 8 years, I think. From that time, our bonding has started actually, and we were all kids, and Namrata was a role model and a senior to us, and her brother Tuhin was my classmate. Later on, after few years, Tushar was born, and we used to take great care of Tushar. And Sahadev was our jigari. And talking about her father was a very lovely, cool, easygoing, and very joyous person. He used to love kids a lot. We used to play a lot in front of his house, in front of Namrata's house. We used every summer vacation, we used to play Ludo, business, caroms, and all, because all the children used to gather in her house because Sahadev used to take care of us. Though her father was not there in the house, her mom used to be mostly in bedroom, or she used to be engaged in her own works. But we children, every time he used to provide even food to us when we were hungry. He used to make so many varieties, especially that lemon pickle, that he used to not cut lemon, but round lemon, which was sweet and sour also. I really love that pickle, and today, to this day, I never ate lemon pickle of that type. That is a Bihari special, he used to tell Sahadev. We used to play a lot with them, and whenever mommy used to call us to study, we used to study for some time. After we complete our work, we used to go and sit on their corridors and play in the servant quarter, or in front of our house. And Tuhin was our classmate, of course. Afterwards, I mean, Namrata herself was a role model, because she used to have a bob cut that time, and I used to love her hair. And of course, my father used to not allow me for short hair. And those childhood, those remembrances, I cherish a lot of memories, of course, with Namrata's family. I had a great time. Namrata was a role model, actually. She used to be very good at academics. And my parents used to tell me, see how Namrata is studying. She's so good at debates and elocution also. The way she's speaking, her communication skills. All that also my parents used to tell, inspire me with those motivational talks. And like that way, actually, through observation only, I learned a lot, observing so many people in BPL, because BPL is a cosmopolitan city, I feel, like a cosmopolitan city, having people from all over the world, actually. So different customs and different pattern, or different patterns of dressing, or the lifestyle, or the food. Everything was so different. So I learned from so many people. And Namrata's family was one of that type, whom I got inspired from. And later on, she went to Maristella in Vijayawada. She joined. Then in my own way, we grew up, she grew up there, and later on we were busy in our own life. And after so many years, again, through the Silvers group, seeing and meeting her in these sessions, I really so wondering, I never expected this to happen one day. So, I am actually very nice that Namrata got a good mentor. in Delhi who could mentor her through the successful process of this journey. And and please convey my wishes and concern to Auntie as well. And wish you success and best wishes to you and Namrata and Tuhi and Tushar also. Thank you for this session, Namrata. Thank you to all.
Thank you so much, Papi. Can I call you Papi or Swarna? Should I be calling?
As you wish. All my friends call me Papi. My in-laws call me Swarna. So I'm accustomed to.
I'm so used to calling you Papi.
Yeah.
But I'm so obliged with your compliments and thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Saidev is still with us. He's married. He's
Yeah.
got 2 smaller
I heard, yeah.
kids. Yes. And I will tell him that you have not forgotten the taste of the mango lemon pickle.
Lemon.
And
Yeah.
I'll surely tell him. I'll surely tell him. And thank you for all the kind words that you said. I remember the way we played in our servant quarter. I used to have a small library also, and we would sit there and play all kinds of board games during the summer vacation, after school hours. Really wonderful memories we have of our childhood. And thank you so much for reminding me of all that. Thank you.
Many memories to cherish, Namrata.
Yes, definitely, yes. And thanks to this group that we could connect again. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So excited this way.
Yes. And
thank you,
Tushar
Swarna.
was an addition.
Thrilled to be a part of the session.
Yes.
A
Tushar
role
was born
model.
in Veerachalam, so he's a true
Yeah.
BPL.
Yeah.
And
Actually, we all welcomed him.
Yes.
And we used to carry him, make him play, and
Yes.
whenever he used to cry also, we used to play with him and carry him and show him the monkeys and all that stuff. A
Wonderful
great
memories.
childhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And very close to nature, actually.
Yes.
Very close to nature.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
This conversation.
Christine,
so lovely.
if they want to continue the chat, please do so. You know, but I'll have to drop out now. Namrata, all the best.
Thank you so much, Uncle.
You will end up doing this more often now.
I would love to do it. Wonderful platform.
Right. Thank you, everybody. Right.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Barla, can we end the meeting?
Yeah, what I could observe is that everybody wants to join this weekend meeting so much. I was talking to Kanchan Rao Garu and Madam at 6:30 in the morning today. And I said, there's a session we should join. And Madam took the line and spoke to me at length. Yes, we would want to join. We would love to join at any circumstances. Come what may, we will keep everything aside. And yesterday morning, 7:30, I was speaking to Mr. B.C. Shetty Sahab. Sir said that I would like to join so much. I'm yearning to join this session, but then I don't have that app. So I told Vijay sir that, sir, this is the way you download, and then somehow it sits in the desktop, it'll come in all that. So then he sent a message today stating that, yes, I remember, I'm trying to do that. No, there's so much enthusiasm. The divine connect. The divine connect is so much amongst the BPL, PSPD people that it happens. It happens somehow. It happens. Surya told me that, or even Mr. Pradeep Doble also told me that, yes, let us have it alternative weeks, or let us give a gap and things like that. But then the speakers automatically keep coming. It happens. That is what is behind Bhadrachalam. So we are all grateful that we are in this. Thank you very much. Now we can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Namrata. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for joining in and staying. Thank you, Sanjay Singh sir. Thank you, Kanchan Rao Garu, Lakshman Rao Garu. I'll be ending the session now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Sanjay. You made it
Thank you, Dr. Barla.
time. So that's also another example how, the learning